the chair, Representative Stella Kimbo, Senior Vice Chairperson of the Committee on Appropriations, is hereby recognized.
Madam Speaker, honorable colleagues and guests, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. I am honored to sponsor the proposed budget of the NEDA family for fiscal year 2025, amounting to a total of 13.214 billion pesos, with breakdown as follows: Office of the Secretary, 2.824 billion; Philippine National Volunteer Service Coordinating Agency, 34 million; Public-Private Partnership Center of the Philippines, 276 million; Philippine Statistical Research and Training Institute, 108 million; Tariff Commission, 130 million; Philippine Statistics Authority, 8.665 billion; Commission on Population and Development, 538 million; Philippine Institute for Development Studies, 292 million; and Development Academy of the Philippines, 347 million. I am ready to answer questions, Madam Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move that we open the period of interpellation of the proposed budget of the National Economic Development Authority.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move that we recognize the Honorable Minority Floor Leader, Nonoy Libanan, from the 4-piece party list for his interpellation.
The Honorable Minority Floor Leader Marcelino C. Libanan is hereby recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, Honorable Majority Leader, and distinguished sponsor, my atod. Madam Speaker, pangatlong budget hearing po ito at pangatlong pagkakataon na i-raise ko po ang pag-construct ng Matnog Allen Bridge. At sana naman po, ito yung pinakahuling session ng 19th Congress ay magkaroon ng katuparan ang paggawa ng tulay na ito. Madam Speaker, in 2019, NEDA made a pre-feasibility study on the Sorsogon-Samar Link Bridge and said that the national government will need 300 billion pesos to finance this construction. The same study identified two options. The first is the construction of a 24-kilometer crossing bridge with an estimated cost of 284 billion. It consists of 3 long-span bridges, Allen to San Antonio in northern Samar, San Antonio to Capol in northern Samar, and Capol, northern Samar to Matnog, Sorsogon. The construction timetable is 6 years. The second option is to build a 257 billion peso underwater tunnel, which will require 9 years to complete. Madam Speaker, napaka-importante po ng tulay na ito, kaya matagal naming usapan po ito. At napakahalaga po nito. The bridge will enhance the country's surface transport system by providing an alternative to the Matnog Allen ports, effectively linking Luzon and Visayas. The ferry crossing is often affected by frequent weather disturbances and port congestion during peak seasons. Although costly, the bridge will boost the national economy and eventually pay for itself through ecotourism, as it will become a landmark mega-structure for the Philippines' agriculture and local industries. Goods and products will move between islands more quickly, accelerating trade, communications and utilities, electricity, fiber optic cables, and gas pipelines can be routed through the bridge, thereby supporting diversified local economies. Madam Speaker, humingi po tayo ng sulat mula sa ating kagalang-galang na Secretary NEDA Chief Arsenio Balisacan, and he wrote his representation dated September 13, 2023. And the following challenges were mentioned. Number one, the ground condition for the foundation of the bridge. Number two, there is no proven technology for deep sea structure. Number three, no full-blown feasibility study based on pre-feasibility study. So, Madam Speaker, wala pala feasibility study pa ito. Tama po ba, distinguished sponsor?
Sa ngayon po, Madam Speaker, Your Honor, wala pa pong feasibility study. Tama po. Subalit, kakatanggap lang po ng updates ang NEDA mula sa DPWH. Sumulat po sila ngayong September 9. And based on this letter, Madam Speaker, Your Honor, ay pwede na po nilang gawin ang feasibility study para sa bridge na to. And they were able to identify two possible routes. Ang first route would be to connect the provinces of Sorsogon and Samar through San Bernardino Strait via Biri, San Juan, and Bani Islands with a total of 6 bridges, 3 two-hinged suspension bridges, and 3 cable-stayed bridges of a total indicative bridge length of 24.9 kilometers. And the second route traverses Purungan, Kalintaan, Kapul, and Dalupiri Islands with a total of 6 bridges as well, 3 two-hinged suspension bridges, and 3 cable-stayed bridges of a total indicative bridge length of 18.64 kilometers. So yun po ang update nila. Subalit, meron lang po silang caveat and let me just read the letter verbatim. Based on the evaluation of the IDI mission team, the construction of the most crucial bridges, i.e. deep water foundation from both routes, will only be feasible through future technological advancement. So yun po ang update mula sa DPWH, pero ang pinaka-importante, Madam Speaker, Your Honor, is i-endorse po ng NEDA ang feasibility study.
Madam Speaker, sa palagay ko po, yung conclusion na yan ng DPWH was based on a 2019 appraisal kung kaya nila o hindi yung paggawa ng tulay. Tama po ba?
So, yung kaka-update lang po ngayon 2024. So, ito pong binasa ko po sa inyo ay resulta noong 2024 study. Madam Speaker, Your Honor.
Madam Speaker, mayroon bang rekomendasyon ang Regional Development Council para mapunduhan ang feasibility study po nito?
Meron po, Madam Speaker, Your Honor.
So, ang pinagsasabi po ng DPWH ay hindi pa technical evaluation kasi pre-feasibility study pa lang, wala pang totoong pag-aaral. Tama po ba?
So tama po na wala pa pong feasibility study. Ang nagawa pa lang ng DPWH ay pre-feasibility study. So itong binasa ko po ay resulta ng pre-feasibility study.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Speaker. Dahil kadalasan po ang sinasabi ng DPWH ay napakalalim po ng lugar na yan. Although maiksi lang yung lugar na yan na malalim, hindi naman yan malayo. Maiksi lang. Pero sa Google Earth, makikita mo yung lalim ay 90 meters. 90 meters at umuod din po ang DPWH Secretary last year na 90 meters ang nakikita nila. Pero in 2014, Bangladesh, a poorer country than the Philippines, constructed a bridge, which is Padma Bridge. Ang lalim po ay umabot ng 127 meters. And I would like to place this on record that Padma Bridge is the world's deepest bridge, deeper than what we have in San Bernardino Strait. With pile support installed 100 to 127 meters deep in the Padma River. Although the water level is around 27 to 65 meters, the piles reached 127 meters due to the soft clay and sand on the Padma River bed. The construction of the bridge was considered to be especially challenging due to the width and depth of Padma River. Ang cost po nito ay 3.6 billion. Kung sasabihin natin na 280, roughly, mga 5 billion dollars po ito. Pangalawa, Madam Speaker, kailangan lang ang DPWH at NEDA mag-aral po dito. Hindi lang palaging rason lang tayo nakakahiya sa taong bayan. Kailangan seryosohin po natin ito. Hindi po tayo nagbibiro dito. Ang mga tao po natin ay nag-e-expect ng something extraordinary na gawin po natin, na seryosohin po natin. Kaya pangatlong taon na po ito na pinagsasabi ko dahil sa aking paniniwala po, pag sineryoso po natin ito ng gobyerno, ay kaya po ito. Bakit nagdududa ako sa ating sincerity? Dahil maglagay lang ng pondo para sa feasibility study na totoo, bakit hindi natin magawa? Madam Speaker, kung tungkol naman po sa lalim, nandyan na po lahat sa internet, makikita po natin. Kagagawa lang ng Norway ng isang tulay. Makikita po natin sa screen na may ginawa silang suspension bridge, floating bridge and rock tunnels drilled through bedrock beneath seabed. Pwede na silang gumawa ng naka-float. The Norwegian government is also working on developing submerged floating tunnels to improve connections. Mayroon na tayong, nakikita nyo sa screen, hindi na tayo kailangan laliman pa o nakalutang po. Pwede nating, mayroon naman tayong mga embassy doon, pwede tayong magtanong, magkano ba ito, ano bang ginagawa natin dito? Magkano ba ang halaga ng feasibility study para gawin po ito? 200 million para lang masagot ang taong bayan kung kaya ito ng Pilipinas o hindi. In addition, Madam Speaker, sa Norway, the engineering feat has never been achieved elsewhere. Ngayon, yung itong mga ganito, and it could provide a solution for bays that are too wide and deep for existing technologies. A submerged floating tunnel would sit around 40 meters below the surface of the water. Mayroong dalawang paraan para gumawa sila ng floating tunnel. It can be tethered through pontoons that float on water, or it can be connected to the seabed via cables. Andiyan po, nakikita natin. May mga technology na po. The pontoons would need to have enough space between them to allow ships to pass through. Ito po yung naka-float na mga tunnels. At isa pa, may tinatawag silang Rogaland Fixed Link. The Rogaland Fixed Link, or simply, the Rogafast, is a project constructing a subsea road tunnel between the municipalities of Randenburg and Bok in Rogaland Country, Norway. The tunnel will be called the Bok-Nak-Jord Tunnel. It will be a world record with respect to its 27 kilometers length and its maximum depth of 392 meters, or 1,286 feet below sea level. Ulitin ko po, 1,286 feet below sea level. Ganun po yung ginagawa na nila. Tayo 90 meters lang, sumusurrender na tayo kaagad. And is currently slated for a 2033 opening and started in 2016. Madam Speaker, for the Philippines, building the Luzon-Visayas Bridge would not only resolve the long-standing limitations of ferry services, but also symbolize progress and national unity. It would establish a vital link, accelerating the transport of goods and people, ultimately paying for itself through enhanced economic activity, increased tourism, and diversified regional development. Given the possible innovations in engineering and the profound long-term benefits, constructing the Luzon-Visayas Bridge or Matnog-Allen Bridge is a strategic move that could propel the country's economic growth and infrastructure to new heights. Madam Speaker, kaya ba ng NEDA mapunduhan ng 200 million para once and for all malaman natin kung kaya natin gumawa ng tulay na ito o hindi?
Madam Speaker, Your Honor, well, una sa lahat, pinapasalamatan ko ang ating napakasipag na minority leader sa ating dagdag kaalaman ngayong gabi tungkol sa deep sea bridges. Napakaganda ng inyong presentation. Marami kaming natutunan. We would like to assure you from the NEDA na itong bridge na to ay, ang feasibility study para sa bridge na to ay identified as among the top 3 priority proposals as submitted by the RDC 8 para sa Second Regional National Investment Programming Dialogue noong August 22 to 23. So yan po ay napag-usapan, top priority po yan. Ang tanong na lang po is yung pondo. So sa ngayon, as you know, hindi po siya nakasama sa NEP. So ang gawin na lang po natin, tulungan na lang po natin, gawa ng paraan para isama po siya sa 2025 GAB. At ako po ay personal na gagawan po natin ang paraan. Ako po ay tutulong po sa inyo.
Maraming salamat po sa statement ng napakagaling na kongresista ng Marikina, ang aking atod. At inaasahan ko rin po, Madam Speaker, na ang RDC resolution ng Region 8, Regional Development Council Resolution, ay maipaabot din po sa ating mahal na Pangulo para mabigyan po ito ng priority. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang tayo dito sa Kongreso, pero flagship project din po ito ng administration po natin. With that assurance, magtutulungan po tayo na at least magkaroon ng 200 million feasibility study fund for this very important, vital bridge in our country. Asahan ko po ang suporta ng ating distinguished sponsor at ng ating House of Representatives. Marami pong salamat, Madam Speaker, Majority Leader, at sa ating distinguished sponsor. Mabuhay po kayo.